What is going on, everyone? My name is Boyd, and I'm doing this for the second time because I loaded into a veto game, which someone thought would be hilarious to upload to make me do. Somebody thought it would be hilarious to include the veto in the recorded game files. I wonder who that was. Anyways, in the top of the map in the red color playing as Isis, his name is Ro8. His opponent today in the blue color also playing as Isis, his name is Joe. The map is Anatolia. This is game number 5 of the best of 5. Winner of this game goes on to the next round. Loser of this game goes home to their mummy to cry forever because they will forever be known as the player who lost in a grueling fashion in one of the closest contested games in Age of Mythology history, right? No? Yes? Me? Okay. No? I don't know. Fish up here. Good for Ro8. Finds his first 3 fish. Joe down the bottom here also with his first 3 fish. Anatolia always spawns with 9 fish apiece for each player. So in a total, you get 18 fish. And in the mirror matchup, with both players doing very similar build orders, you will find that both players will end up with a very similar amount of fish in the next game, or as this goes forward. We are saying that Ro8 is going to attempt to fish up as much of this side of the map as he possibly can. Sometimes this can catch players out. If Joe doesn't do exactly the same thing, we're seeing Ro8 move very far forward with this villager. He's going to attempt to fish all of this if he can. And honestly, an option that he could do is dump these fishing ships, move forward, and just fish this fish first, and then move back. And that's going to hurt or really prevent Joe from grabbing it himself. Because, I mean, Joe's doing exactly the same thing. He's putting his duck over here. However, you can get a little bit cheeky here. So we'll see if it matters or not. All right. So, what is the strats you can do on this game? This is very similar to Midgard. You've got a couple. So the first most common strat is you go for a semi-fast heroic with cabinets. So you basically what you do economically is you go 18 fish, 530 to 545 classical age, and get per scene instantly. And then you make cabinets or you split your villages up so you have 7 on gold, the rest on wood. And you just throw villagers onto gold in the classical age. You make cabinets, and you should be able to hit the heroic age by about 8:45, 9 minutes into the game. That's strat number 1. After that, you will do whatever you feel like. Strat number 2 is early second or third town centers, and you go for a big boom there. Or in strat number 3 is the fast heroic off 1 town center, and you go for map control. It's very different to Midgard, where you go for an all-in. You go for map control. You place a McDonald in the middle, and you try and grab the town centers a little bit later and hold on to them. We'll see what these players want to try and do. I'm imagining, given how they played the first game on Midgard, or not the first game, the second game on Midgard, third game on Midgard, whatever it was, that they will be going for the cabinet semi-fast heroic. But we'll see what they can come up with. And I love this by Ro8, and I think if these players both share the water, and it looks like the priest is noticing some stuff going on. If these players share the water here on each side, it could be huge. We are going to be seeing the villager, or the laborer, I should say, moving forward. He's going to spot this villager, and he's going to start shanking him with his little mini knife, or her little mini knife. And here we go. He's going after it, preventing this dock. It's completely fine. Ro8 should be able to fish this completely all out, and I hate that he's going for this back fish first. He should be grabbing the fish that are here and the fish that are here first, just to make sure that Joe can't get any of them. And we do see the villagers turning around, fighting each other, and it's looking like Joe's villager will win as it's running away, and Ro8 going to be replacing that one with another villager coming in now. And Joe, a little bit slow here on this fish. Also, gathering this fish is just not right. It's just not correct. Never grab this back fish first if you can help it. If you can grab forward fish, you want to grab it. There's this fish you can grab it. Then you can get the back fish and be completely safe and happy. Temple going up now for Joe. How many resources has he got? He's sitting almost at age up time. He can dump his villagers, his fishing ships in advance here. And he will be hitting the next stage first, whereas Ro8 hasn't even got his temple up. Though he will want to be advancing now if he can. He's very close, and he should be able to hit the advance time there. He does click Bass, but a little bit delayed. 4:45, exactly that 5:45 minute mark I was talking about. Nailed it. I win. GG. No re. And now Joe's still trying to fish this up. There's another 3 spots down bottom, and both players get exactly the same amount. However, Joe's already got 3 docks over here. And he will be going for a little bit of harass onto that side, whereas Redo, a little bit shorter on the docks, getting up the second one. And Joe may be able to prevent that with a early cabinet or something like that. We'll see what happens. And relics on the map, we've got the pair of golden lions, and we've also got a staff of Dionysus. Staff of Dionysus is one of my favorite relics, but a lot of people tend to leave it for some reason, even though it gives a huge boost to farming. There's the Bast for Joe. We will be seeing an instant purse scene from him. There it is. And we should be seeing an instant armory as well. And we'll see what he wants to do. It basically depends on where this villager goes. He probably just sent it straight to... No, he's going over to wood. So this looks like it's going to be a pretty heavy classical fight here for Joe. Going very heavy on the cabinets. Obviously, Rito and Joe both went 15 fishing ships here. And there's some cabinets up on the top here. As Joe going to just retreat his fishing ships into the dock and try and trade off a lot of HP for free here. Make some cabinets himself over here. We'll see where this next villager, what's happening over on Rito's perspective. Looks like the armory is going up and he's going for the semi-fast heroic here. Which may be an issue because these cabinets, they should be able to sneak in here and push off some of this fish without taking any damage. You just Alt-S outside those locations. And we are seeing him go onto that gold mine. The armory is going up, so both players will get heroic age around the same time here, it looks like. And also both players have their monument up. There's the prosperity for Redo. You can see how this is playing out awfully similar to that Midgard matchup. And he's even cut villages here as he's getting the gold to advance. Meanwhile, Joe doing exactly the same thing. He's actually really short on food as well. Was Redo gathering food from somewhere else? Looks like he wasn't. Just a little bit more efficient on his fishing ships maybe. And the Sphinx coming in to snipe off this this dock and even grabbing a fishing ship over here as well. Meanwhile, Joe chilling with 8 cabinets here. He needs to be harassing with these cabinets. This is why you build them. Move forward. Hit these fishing ships. If you see Redo building fishing ship, then you... Oh, sorry, building cabinets. Then you can retreat. But he doesn't even know that that's what's happening here. And there's the armory up. Still no advance just yet. Joe just a little bit short on the food. Nepthy's coming through now. How far behind is he though? 10% to 72%. So 62% behind there. Now the villager's moving forward because Ryu knows he's advanced first here. Ryu absolutely knows it. He's going to be losing a couple of fishing ship here. I love this from Joe. Should have been doing it about a minute ago though. Picking off a cabinet as well. Going to be going through and sniping off a lot of those. And it looks like potentially Rudy may be going for a bit of a all-in here. I mean, obviously he gets... Oh no, he's just getting a town center first. Oh no, Migdol Stronghold. Siege works. Migdol Stronghold is the go. So he could be going for an all-in here, which will be very difficult for Joe to defend against. He's got a couple of priests out already, making those preemptively to defend against the Ancestors Eclipse. Not only that, but the town centers are very close to each other, right in the one screen. Both town centers are here. This Migdol controls this town center. And sort of almost controls this town center as well. And not only that, the gold situation for Joe is dire. Oh no, I tell a lie, there's a nice gold mine over here for Joe. And there's the siege works going up as well. Going to be making some chariot archers. And if this comes through now for Joe, he gives up on that fighting over here. Gives up over here as well. And do we see a Migdol? We do have that Migdol going up. Armory coming up. Needs to up a market fairly soon. Get that trade route going. And we'll see what happens. How much wood does Redo have in the bag? Not a lot. He's got a lot of food though. He could go for those elephant if he wants to. Could be an option. Make some more elephant, or even camelry wouldn't be a bad option as well. Villagers now onto this location. We do see the Sphinx coming out, going to be greeted by 4 priests here, which don't have Hands of the Pharaoh just yet, and neither do Joe's priests either. And he will be able to snipe this Scorpion Man though. So nice play. Does lose a priest for it. It's a good trade though. Now really grabbing this town center. Pharaoh needs to get onto it as well. And Rita's actually surprisingly alive here. Where's the Leviathan for Joe? There it is. Send that bad boy in. Clean up this water. Do yourself some good stuff here. And the Leviathan coming in for redo. These cabinets should be able to fight this. You can always get that upgrade heroic fleet if you want to really easy kill that that thing. And still the Pharaoh. Pharaoh's still not empowering this town center. Big mistakes here from redo. But it shouldn't matter too much. A couple of War Elephant coming out now for Joe. He just needs to get onto this. So potentially sneaking around, picking off this priest, sneaking around here onto this Migdol stronghold. Obviously I can see that. And if we check out Joe's perspective, he has no, well, he does know about it. So he should be trying to sneak around here and put a Migdol on that town center. Otherwise it's going to be tough. The other option is obviously like just go straight to the Mythic Age and then punish redo for grabbing too many town centers or something by getting catapulted out and pushing through and forcing some stuff. So we'll see what happens. Joe's still chilling over there with his cabinets, picking off these docks with nothing in there. We do see Sultan Forest coming through. Joe has got his own Sultan Foro as well, so a little bit late there for redo. Not the biggest deal, but we'll see what he does. And do we have that market up? Well, the villagers coming over here onto this town center. So he's getting a late second town center here. I'm not seeing the strategic sense here. Either just go straight to the Mythic Age, maybe like a Thoth could have been an option. Or obviously Osiris does really well because it kills off the opponent's Ancestors Eclipse very, very fast. But I'm not seeing it. And now the Siege Tower moving forward now for redo, ready to start fighting. You can Ancestors Eclipse here. This monument is very far back. And there's the Ancestors and the Eclipse as redo is pushing in. Potentially was prepared for that sort of semi-fast Mythic Age there, and he thought he had to go, and in actuality he didn't have to go, but this is still going to be a good fight here. We do see the Pharaoh getting targeted down by the Migdol stronghold. Nice play there from Joe, and these Ancestors getting pulled back, but he needs to get those Chariot Archers onto the enemy priest there. We do see the Sphinx does get picked off, the priest doing a lot of damage on this defense, but Migdol stronghold was pushed down or knocked down. Another one will be built back up in its replacement. Joe sitting at 120 population, lots of resources in the bank. Pharaoh's in the backs doing his things. He's a War Elephant, going to be able to just soak up so much damage, but they are about even here. However, the Scorpion Man of Joe is going to be able to do a lot of work here as these priests in the back. There's only 3 of them. It's going to matter. And we are seeing the Scorpion Man getting pulled back, potentially get healed back up and help out with an Ancestors Eclipse push back in for Joe, or he's looking for some Villager Rage or something like that. Meanwhile, these Siege Towers just taking damage like no man's business. There's the Ancestors Eclipse for Joe. He's got, what is this, 4 or 3 Siege Towers. They still pick off a lot of these units here very, very fast. We are seeing the minions getting sniped by the priest, but there's really not that many of them. And they do a fair amount of damage to the priests in actuality, even with the negative bonus to heroes of 50%. So nice play there. Nice snipage of the, was that a house? Of the house? No, that of the tower there. For redo, getting some value out of that siege tower. And now Joe's ready to push out here. He started his trade out. He's actually stopped villager production in one of his town centers for some reason. How's he going on resources? Still a lot of resources. Redo very short on the resources himself. Now the mercenary cavalry going at each other. He's grabbing his 3rd town center. He's grabbing his 4th town center. He's already got his 3rd. So this is huge for him. You see all these villagers over here onto this gold mine now. Migdol stronghold going up. There's only 1 gold mine for Joe. And and the Chariot Archers have sniffed it out. Does he see it? Well, obviously he doesn't know about it, but he's going to see the Migdol stronghold coming up, and this is absolutely huge. Bunch more villagers coming over here, but Joe's on the defense. There's 10 Chariot Archers to 9 Chariot Archers for Joe, and he will be able to win this fight if Redo doesn't focus fire back. A couple of villagers do fall, and the Chariot Archers will get away from here. Migdol stronghold's up. This location has been defended. Nice wall here for Joe as well. And now Redo's got another avenue to attack. Question is, can Joe get the gold income? Can he get to the next stage? He's got Sharp Mine, he's got Hand Axe. Redo, on the other hand, he's only got Hand Axe and Pickaxe, so a little bit worse on the economy. Hasn't started his trade route, obviously, for obvious reasons. If he's got 4 town centers, so it doesn't have the food really to do so. He's kind of got the food to do so, but still very, very good for Redo in this position. Now the chariot archers, all the siege towers coming in. Villagers have to come through to defend against this one, as they're trying to pick off the siege towers. But this town center looks like it's, or not town center, this Migdal stronghold looks like it's going down. There's these villagers not focusing very well onto these siege towers here. They've somehow gotten a natural defending point on that cliff, but they almost managed to take this down. There's 2 more siege towers coming in. Now it looks like Redo's going to be thinking better of it. Decides to retreat, sit on that town center advantage that he has. Looks like he's maybe full villages already because he's not building more. No? Yep, maybe. And the camel caravan's starting. Still kind of a rubbish market, but obviously Joe's got control of that side of the water, which is huge. We do see all of those Navy units have fallen for the time being. Now Joe's micro nicely here. He's picked off a lot of those chariots, but he's flopped it. Flubbed it indeed. Another Scorpion Man coming in though. There's only one priest. And the priest does get sniped there. Nice play by Rita to get that Scorpion Man in here. Another siege works coming up for Joe, whose economy is keeping up. He's trading well, but he's not exactly winning it here. He's got heavy chariots now, so he's going to have a little bit more economy for tech, because he doesn't have the same issue that Rita's got, where he's got a lot of population to fill up. But Rita will have such a ginormous economy once those camel caravans start kicking in. So he gets so many of those out. He's going to be sitting in a great position. Meanwhile, Bronze Shield's coming in for Joe, and Joe's still not able to even get close to the next stage. Sitting on 200 gold, 700 food. Need that 2,000 of those resources to get to that next stage, and it could be a really big, important thing for him to try and do so. He's picked up this relic. Staff of Dionysus. It's good. It's good relic. Now the mercenary cavalry. Absolutely tearing to shreds here. Joe's army just a little bit too strong for Redo. He needs to regroup, sit on his economic advantage, stop fighting is a big thing. Let's see what he can do here. Sometimes being to the 2 town center player in these situations is actually a lot easier to play, because it's like you just get resources stockpile and you just go, okay, well I'll just spend those on tech. Now we see the siege tower coming in to revisit this Migdal stronghold, which is awfully low. But will it pick it off? It doesn't manage to get even 2 shots off, so we'll never know. Now we'll see him start repairing it because he doesn't want to just randomly lose it. But nice pick off there for Joe. Looking at these resources. Redo has all the resources now. Joe not able to get to that next stage. And Redo's probably going to hit Mythic Age first at this rate. His trade is starting to look relatively disgusting here. Just so much. Same with Joe though. He's not going to have the resources to push forward. Surprised we haven't seen like some towers put up here to deal with this mercenary spam. And is Redo spamming? I think he's spamming from both town centers. Wild. You see that Monuments of the Soldiers coming up in his base. Ready for some more favor. And now the Spearman's starting to come out for Redo. Spearman not as good in the Isis mirror because you don't have access to Horus. But still decent. Still decent. But because you don't have access to Horus, you just go elephants. And meanwhile, Even though Joe is trading more efficiently, Rita's economy is keeping him in this. He's got so many villages now. He's sitting at 172 of 172 pop. Still no fortified town centers. Oh, actually, does he have fortified town? Still no fortified town centers for Ritu. He should be a little bit higher on that population, but not quite there yet. And there's the Thoth for Joe. That's bold. Thoth does very rarely kills off a town center. You're going to be placing it over here as well, which is, he does hit 3 buildings at once, but the meteors try and hits buildings completely. You can see it only hit the town center like twice here, or once even. It's a very sad god power. If you can use it on an isolated town center, it'll hit the town center multiple times, potentially kill it. But that's life. And now we do see Joe going after it. Getting up the Migdol Stronghold Siege workshop as well. Migdol Stronghold in the face of this town center. And then Phoenix coming in to start spraying on top of these units here. Ritu's struggling just a little bit. And we do see siege towers coming over here onto this location. Ritu does have the option of going Osiris now and completely shutting down Joe's Thoth advantages with mummies. And there's not a lot you can do to respond to it when you go Thoth. So Joe has to basically recoup now. He needs more siege out. He's trying to take this down, but he needs more siege. He needs some towers up here. We are seeing some towers going up over here. Ritu almost taking this gold mine. There's really not that many gold mines left on the map, as Joe is going to only have camel caravans here. Do we see coinage? Yes, it's coming through. It's going to give him a lot more gold to work with. Now the siege tower's coming over for Ritu, who wants to clean this up. As towers coming onto this gold mine here. And this is way too much for Joe's situation over here to be dealing with. Now we do have a catapult here, but there's no walls up. Well, there is this wall, but it's no like good box. Needs to sort that out somehow. And we do see him going after it, but this will get picked off fairly fast. Looks like the siege tower's going after the Migdol Stronghold villages. Going after the towers here. They do have a bonus against towers. And those siege towers do get picked off. Chariot archers coming into this location. Do we see a Mythic Age for Ritu? Not just yet. And Joe's got a lot of resources in the bank, but very short on gold. Still making as many camel caravan as he can here. He does have the wall up, but it's a little bit too far away. He needs engineers to be hitting here from this location. And he does have it coming through. Just trying to keep the... Oh, yeah, he can hit the... the town center. So that's nice. Meanwhile, we do see Ritu is going to be going after the trade route down here. Potentially getting a couple of kills onto this camel caravan trade route. Could be huge, but there's enough champion chariots here for Joe to defend. Now the siege tower's coming in to pick off this gate here. This wooden wall. No match for a siege tower. Going to open up the catapults yet again. And Joe's going to try and micro around his wooden wall to keep it alive. Really smart play. Try and get this wall back up. The cavalry going to be chilling on this pathway though. Going to be throwing up mini walls though. I like it. More villagers coming through here. Needs to throw up more watchtowers as well to be fighting this one off. We do see some walls coming up over here to prevent these cheeky shenanigans from Ritu onto his trade route as well. Not really enough units to defend here though. More spearmen coming in. And this is where all of the units are. We do see a singular siege tower or 2 siege tower here. And we're going onto this town center. Ritu will be losing this town center. Absolutely huge for Joe. If he can secure this location for himself, he evens things out. He's got the technology advantage here. If we check this out, he's got copper shields, bronze mail. Actually, I'll tell a lie. Ritu's actually very nicely put on the armory, on the armor. Now villagers coming over onto this settlement. Siege towers onto the Migdol stronghold as well. And the Pharaoh needs to empower this one to get it up. And this is huge for Joe. Now we've got the siege towers cleaning this up as well. However, this is what's happening on the trade right now. All of the spearmen, all of the chariot archers doing so much damage here. But now the town center's up. Joe can now afford to send some more units over to defend against this. So we'll see if he does that. Does he have Valley of the Kings yet? No Valley of the Kings. Favor situation. He's got 86 favor in the bank. So he could get Tusks of Epidemic and start spamming those out. You can also just get Valley of the Kings as well, which is a ridiculously good upgrade to spam out units with. And now he's on 3 town centers. He should be spamming out more villages, which he is doing. I like that. I like that very much. There's the Thoth for Ridu. Both players going through Thoth here. That's very surprising. See a random meteor on top of a catapult here instead of on top of the town center. And this is a naked town center, so he could have cast it on top of the town center and potentially just picked it off straight away. A lot of villagers getting sniped there as well. Come out of this town center and pick those that siege off. Now all the units that were on Joe's trade route have been dealt with. And Joe needs to keep this town center alive for as long as he can. Otherwise, Rita will be able to take it down. He's even got this wall going up. It's a little bit far away. Still no engineers, so it's a little bit far away to hit this one. There's already catapult out as well. And is this in? This is potentially in range as well. This town center. Rita completely abusing this this landscape here, but it looks like it's a touch too far away. Now the town center is under siege yet again. Looks like it will be going down here. And he's a random champion spearman here. Trying to take down camel caravans. Doing the best he can. And the town center does go down. So Ridu picks it off. With all of his catapults here. Migdol Stronghold looks like it might go up though. There's just no units here to deal with these catapult. And this Migdol Stronghold is just going to get wasted. We do see the catapults trading blows here. They do a fair amount of damage to each other if the actual catapult hits. Now Joe throwing down some barracks back to square one. We see a Phoenix over here on this trade route as Rita is forever harassing that. You can see Joe is hurting just a little bit. Tell lies on 900 gold. Meanwhile, another Migdol Stronghold coming up. Still, I don't think there's Valley of the Kings. I'm pretty sure it shows up, but maybe Joe doesn't care that much about it. Sad. We do see this catapult going after the Migdol Stronghold. It's the Pharaoh and the villagers trying to get this town center up, sneaking it up. Has the catapult not paying attention, trying to pick it off as soon as he possibly can. And it looks like the town center for Joe will get back up yet again. Oh, there's actually so many catapults here. And Rita is not paying attention. And the town center goes up again for Joe. Absolutely huge. This is the story. The Phoenix getting super value here. And the priest finally coming in to try and pick him off. He just does so much damage to these. And there we go. It's still going to be a ways away from falling, but does the damage. And we do see that this catapult is in range on this cliff. Absolute brutality following up from this. We see walls coming through for Rito on this location here, trying to get him up, but the mercenary cavalry already coming in. And there's just catapult just screaming in from everywhere. And the town center falls yet again. What a play by Rito. There's complete pressure here. The armory upgrades. Full iron for Redo versus not even full bronze for Joe. So Redo's just trading so much more efficiently, even though he doesn't have like champion chariots and things like that. He's got the full iron, so his units are just very difficult to kill, especially like these mercenary here with 59% pierce armor. And there's the secrets of the Titans for Redo. We saw this in the game on Watering Hole. We saw this in the game on Watering Hole. But this is a different one. Joe doesn't have any avenue to hit this. I tell a lie, he actually does. He could have. He could just wall this around, put a wall around this, and then start hitting this town center. And then he sort of has the same situation with this tree here as this this cliff face. Nice micro from Redo to harass the Pharaoh there. Now we're seeing towers coming up everywhere for Redo, as he's able to just push in here. Some towers coming up for Joe now, but very, very slow. And Redo's already got Ballaster Tower up. So living the dream right now for him. We can just get them up. There's so many catapult out as well. Be able to tear down this Migdol stronghold. Still no masons for Joe as well. And it does fall. So well played there by Redo, who's able to clean up everything here and get this town center back that he once had. A nice usage of the wall push here. There's the Titan gave a Redo, and I don't think Joe can even chase this. He's so short on wood right now. So this Titan is going to be huge for Redo. Well, the village is all falling as well, and Redo is going to throw up a Migdol stronghold right next to the settlement here. Even though he's probably got enough units here to just grab the town center. And Joe's just not attacking anywhere else. He's not doing those multi-pronged attacks that he was doing so well in the other games. And the catapult going after everything, just completely shutting this down. Now Joe's getting out his Secrets of the Titans. He's still very far behind. It's just a similar situation to the first game, though. Well, there's no way for these settlements to be killed here. All the villagers on top of this town center will be able to get it up. There's no catapult out just now for Joe. Trying to see siege works going up everywhere. Migdol strongholds. Could potentially see Joe go for a wonder here, desperation wonder, but I don't think it's going to be possible to hold it for 10 minutes against 4 town centers of Redo plus a Titan. And he's already pushing forward here with these towers everywhere. There's the Titan Age 50%, and Joe's Titan Age at 90% to before he can place it. So huge advantage again for Redo. We'll see if he learned from his mistake in the Watering Hole game where he just traded 3,000 HP for nothing. There's the Titan Gate for Joe, jumping those villagers on top of it. Trying to get that one up as fast as he can, but I'm not even sure. This is right on the route of these catapults. Redo can possibly just come in and kill this off if he's fast enough, which it looks like he possibly is. These are only watchtowers here for Joe. They go down very, very fast. And the Titan Gate is so fast for Redo. Already 80%. So very close to being up. And he's still got a lone spearman on top of these cavalry over here, or camel caravans. Pushing in on this location as well. The villagers do get picked off, but Rita going to go for this tie and get it, looks like. And he may be able to get onto it. He's actually able to get onto it here as he's trying to move these catapult forward. He doesn't have draft horses, so they are a little bit slow. Does get one shot, but they will get picked off very fast. So it's a little bit overzealous there. Probably didn't need to go for it. And there's the Titan for Redo. So many spearmen on this trade route here. And Redo's still trying to push through. Prevent this Titan gate from going up is a surefire way to win, but also just trading the Titan for a Titan is completely fine. Now the catapult does manage to pick off a Migdol getting built, but this Titan is moving fast. We're only at 50%. So this Titan can he'll probably be able to get onto this. Unless Joe's got some crazy path blocking. This Titan will probably be able to get onto the Titan gate and prevent it from going up here. This is absolutely huge. We'll see what he does. Camel Caravan to the defense. He's got to do it for 30% of this Titan gate. We are seeing him trying to block with the chariots. Not able to do so. Camel Caravan coming in, doing their job. Nice play. Going to keep Redo's Titan still, but there's still a lot to go down. And the Camel Caravan, they die so very fast when they do this. And Joe's just sacrificing his entire trade route here in order to do this. And it might not even work as Redo's still trying to get in onto this Titan gate. 95% is left, and it looks like it will get up. Nice play by Joe in order to do that one there. So the Titans are both up. Starting for Redo is a little bit weak. 6,600, so that's basically one attack. So he might survive with about 100 HP or so. As Redo's trying to retreat away a little bit here. And Joe going to move forward with his Titan, see what he can get out of it. Question is... Oh, and Joe does decide in that moment before the Titan fight to tap out. GG, as Redo was just completely boxing Joe in here. Really nice strategy from Redo, able to grab those 4 town centers with fast-ish heroic age, which Joe just was not able to keep up with. And then Joe was able to get this town center back, but with this cliff, it was too hard for him to keep it up. However, he didn't abuse this natural catapult location on this town center, which is very sad because that could have really equalized things in this game. But did not manage to do so. Joe losing in the first round of the playoffs. He's out. Redo goes on to the next round to fight the winner of someone. So because Joe was number one, his path is technically the easiest, but because Redo beat Joe, now Redo's path becomes the easiest possible path to the finals. So technically Chemo should be the other player to meet who would have met Joe in the final. So we could potentially see a Chemo Redo final for that rematch that they had in the Vubli League, which was a very close match indeed. So we'll see how that works out. And if you are enjoying these games, please consider hitting the follow button on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next series.